At the time, my wife and I had been separated for almost a year at that point. I was living in an apartment by myself, and I was miserable. It was worse than miserable. I mean, I got up every morning. I didn't go to work basically except for 10 or 15 minutes, maybe an hour every day that week. And when I did, I would sit in my office with the door closed and the lights off, and I have a TV in my office, the Apple TV, and I literally was just sitting there watching TV. I wasn't doing anything. And every day I got up and I said, well, I have three decisions or three choices to make today. One is, I start drinking again. I'll feel better if I do that. Two is, I can go ahead and just end this. I can put a bullet in my brain, end it. And then the third choice was, and obviously the one that I took was, I have to figure out some way to live with like this and figure out some way to change the way that I think about myself, about how I deal with life, about my coping skills and everything else. And so I went to my pastor and talked to him, and he said, hey, I don't know that the church can help you, but I know somebody that can. And maybe you think AA is kooky, and a lot of people do, and think it's a cult or whatever else, but maybe just call this guy, go have a coffee with them and see what you think. And so I called him, set up a meeting with him, and that day went to my first AA meeting. He's not much older than I am, but had been sober for a very long time, 20 years. He figured it out early. And so we, as part of his requirements for how I would, based on what he knew about me, how it would best work for me, I had to go to a lot of men's meetings. He didn't even want me going to mixed meetings for 6 months or so. And I went to a lot of men's meetings, and I went to a lot of different places. I went to Post Oak with a friend because I wasn't able to go to my regular meeting, and I really enjoyed it. And after that first time, that was really the only place that I wanted to go. It is a safe place with a group of very diverse people, nationalities, income levels, everything. That you see the same people that come back, you see new people that come in and they continue to come back, and it only seems like people, the membership continues to grow, that the diversity continues to remain the same or get better, and that it is a place where everybody can go and be together, and regardless of where you're from or what you look like, you can have the opportunity to sort of share your experience, strength, and hope in everybody, and that everyone treats you the same. I know people that are there that are very, very wealthy. I know people that are there that are very, very poor, and I've never treated either one of those people any differently, and I don't see either of them treating anybody else differently. And that is something at that particular place that I can't say about every place that I've been, and that is one of the reasons why I enjoy being there, and I feel like it's a place that everybody should have the opportunity to go. For the most part, the only place that I will go to is Post Oak because of the people that are there, the way that you feel when you're at the club, the way that they make it available to you all day, and that Mother's Day when I sat there and went to 5 meetings, in between each one of the meetings I just sat there in the lobby and watched TV and talked to people or played on my computer or whatever it was, but I was able to be there, and it was a place where I felt safe, and I knew that as long as I stayed there, that I wasn't going to go do anything that I shouldn't do. In terms of memorable moments at the Post Oak Club, every time that I picked up a chip was a memorable moment for me because it was just a stepping stone. It was some place that I had never been before, right? 30 days sober, oh my God, that's never happened. 60 days sober, 90 days. 4 months, 5 months. So each time that I did that was a memorable moment for me. And the fact that there were always people there, everybody was always very, very kind and very complimentary, and also genuinely seemed interested in what was going on, was also something that was just something I'd not experienced before, and that was fantastic.